What's
Hey
up?
man, that
Yo,
joint
Yo,
hit,
yo, yo,
boy.
yo.
That opener hit.
what's good with
It
y'all,
does.
man? It's
What's
dope.
happening?
It's super. What's happening? Hey,
What's
good morning, y'all.
happening?
I'm
What's
gonna tell
happening?
y'all right now. Don't. This is not a show. This is a quick tidbit. This is 30 minutes before this evening. We didn't want you all to start your day without some milk. Let us be the
Something.
balm in Gilead as you go out.
Ah.
Let us massage your brains with some political thought before your motherfucking day
Oh,
begins.
I
This
just
is
I was just gonna say
clickbaity
let's
sneak
roast
peek.
some people.
And we
I
can
was gonna
definitely
say
roast
let's
some
pull up.
people as well. Um, but I mean, hey, look, there's a lot of shit going on politically that we want to tease for y'all. Don't forget, we will be on tonight at 8:30 on Clickbaity YouTube and also all other platforms. Find us, share us. Make sure if you are watching us on YouTube, if your eyes are on us on YouTube, make sure that you are a subscriber to Clickbaity's YouTube page. We need it, y'all. We're trying to get to 1,000 by end of the day. Where you at? Ben Marcus, what's up, man? Men?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Listen, man. I'm proud of the work that man. Listen, everybody got big things going on. Like literally, everybody got big things going on. We all Mondale, you flexed your muscles in September. I mean, in November and in January. Ben is flexing his muscles right now, and I'm gonna be flexing some strains here soon. So
Ah,
it's no, it's good, man. Powerful black men doing powerful things. This right here was just something that we just had to get started, man. But before we start roasting, man, I do want to get into some of this news because there's so much stuff that we need to talk about when it comes down
yeah.
to like what the hell is going on. So we were about to get into. We just left. For those of you who are subscribed to our page, we just left the morning trap. Switched over here. We had a couple of technical difficulties. Switched over here to make sure that the true Trap Squad members and all the Trap Squad members who get a chance to finish a little bit what we're saying. So where were we? Because I
Man, we were.
because I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
Oh,
I mean,
we were
I mean,
AOC was just going down the list of people who abandoned ship. That's where we were. But in general, the sad state of affairs in this country. Go ahead, Mondale.
nah, Ben, you're absolutely right, man. We were talking about that, and I think someone one of our people already, one of the Strap Squad members already asked. Delinda already asked, will Donald Trump's Secret Service be revoked? The only way Donald Trump's Secret Service can be revoked, you all, is if we do it with what's necessary. Put pressure on the elected officials to know that Donald Trump should be held liable, criminally liable for the attempted coup of America's government, democracy,
Here,
the oldest constitutional democracy that's still running right now. uh, Longest lasting democracy, I should say, has been attempted coup and was led by the president and his followers in Congress. So yeah, we should definitely make sure they're revoked. We should make sure that $1 million travel budget every year is gone, and also his annual salary for the rest of his life should be removed as it pertains to being a president of the United States.
bro.
That
I'm gonna
guy's
go
going.
one step further. I'm gonna go one step further. These people need to be tried for treason, right? They really need to be tried and found guilty of treason because that's literally what we're dealing with here now. Whether or not the United States decides to have mercy on them, I'm sure we'll be like, it. We don't have to have the death penalty here. I don't believe in the death penalty, but this is treason. I mean, what else can you call it?
I
We could
Go ahead,
well
Marcus.
no nah we can't call it anything but treason or I mean we could just make a law out of it right now. We got the Democrats in the House and the Senate
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
presidential. We can call it whatever the hell we want to, right? I'm gonna
Hmm.
see how big and bold because okay, here's the thing that concerns me. We acting big and bold so we can. I hope Democrats aren't acting big, bad, and bold right now, so they can go back to just only dealing with the moderate Republicans and moderate Democrats that they want to deal with. There is a slippery slope of like first this guy has to be brought to justice, yes, but then is it like the I have a dream effect? Yeah, we had a big speech. We threw him in jail. Now everything is fine. Come on, Wall Street. Come on back in here. Let's get these
Hmm.
contracts going again, right? Like, and not realizing that even some of the tiny argument of white of economic anxiety that I think racism was a much more important factor than economic anxiety. But I do think economic anxiety is affecting all of us,
Right.
all of America, and I think that like if they don't address the racism in this country, right, in a meaningful way, and you can't half-ass racism, right? So Just because you get rid of Trump doesn't mean that you've dealt with racism. And racism is the reason why those folks were emboldened enough to go to the Capitol. So we have to be very careful about what our next steps are. I mean, if Chase Manhattan Bank and Wells Fargo and all these big banks still are giving out loans to black families at a lower rate, right, than they are to white families, then what's the point of getting rid of Donald Trump? If police are still killing black people in the streets, what's the point of getting rid of Donald Trump? If like you see what I'm saying? Like it's we're gonna have to deal with systemic racism, so there are no more Donald Trumps ever again. And that's the part that I'm afraid is going to happen, that they're going to ignore as a Democratic leadership.
So listen, misleadership, right? Let's be 100. As one LAW spirit, I'm thinking as one law spirit said, Joe Biden's already pissing us off. We know we need to handle this before he get in. I don't care about Joe Biden's administration till it's time for his administration. Right now, it's not that. It is still Donald Trump's administration, and it's a criminal administration, and we need to be focused on putting blame and also charges where they need to be. Here's what I was gonna say about what's going on right now. We know for a fact, as much as we can, that 6 congressfolk had something to do with the planning of the Stop the Steal riot that became an insurrectionist attack on the United States seat of government. All 6 of those congressfolk should be like the so-called, like what they do to black people. They should be sat in jail and held without bond until their trial. Right? You should sit and wait, because guess what? You shouldn't get a bond. You shouldn't get a bond. You should be treated like black people are in this country. You should be sitting in a country that tells you you're innocent until proven guilty, yet and still we spend so many days in jail. I want them to go sit in jail without bond until their trial, however long it takes. So this idea of right to speedy trial goes out the window when we're talking about black people. Great example is in Selma, where black people are sitting in jail for longer than 6 years and have never been tried for anything. So I want these Congress folk and Donald Trump and the administrative folk that has something to do with it to go sit in jail and wait.
I mean, you know, they're having these conversations with their lawyers right now, and they're so tied into these systems across the nation, right? Where you got to think about it. These guys have different relationships than the normal American person. What I mean by that is, like, okay, let's say you got to go in front of the federal judge and you're a Republican and go in front of a federal judge. There is a higher likelihood that judge and that congressperson have some ties in relationships. Yeah.
When you paused right there, I thought we got frozen again. I got a shell shock for a second.
Nah, you know Marcus do the goddamn angry. Wait, is he talking? Is he? He's trolling. Bro, Marcus is trolling. Marcus is trolling. I was like, wait. I'm like, wait.
I was doing the Mondale.
See, this the shit. Mute Monday. Okay, I see what we're saying right here. This, you know what? This is the bullshit I got to deal with even in the morning. Listen, y'all, I refuse all of this craziness that Marcus is doing. Go ahead, Marcus. What were you saying?
No, I mean, they have better relationships, right? And white people organically get less punishments than everybody else. And I want everybody to see this and just call it out for what it is. And I really, really, really want white leftists, white progressives to do the most screaming about it. The reason why is because y'all got to get y'all house together, right? Y'all got to get y'all house together, because we've been screaming about the disparities in the criminal justice system and sentencing, fair sentencing, and voting. We've been screaming about this for years. And the only time that we can change it is when y'all decide to not try to, force the vote, but y'all start screaming about real, tangible, legitimate things like, okay, these white people who are in, my cousin needs to go to jail for the same amount of time that a black person would. So y'all need to throw the fucking book at them. That's what y'all need to do. Like, but if y'all aren't doing that, if y'all are just like, well, let's just hurry up and make sure that Joe Biden gets in there so we can, then y'all suck. And y'all are not doing justice for what needs to actually fix this country. I keep telling y'all, man, start centering black issues. Start looking at everything from when white people start looking at everything from a black lens.
Center black
when
issues.
White people start, center black issues. And when white people start looking at everything from a black lens, or at least attempting to, then you will finally see an America that is just and true.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben. Get in there.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen, facts. That's all I got. That's facts. Yeah, I'm saying I could try to
Yes.
find something to add on top of it, but he cut to the essential question there. So I mean, what
Listen,
say ye, gentlemen?
here's what I say. Listen, Marcus, you was talking about baby Jesus, and I wanted to tell you before we went out, before we went to a break, because you were saying gaslight with baby Jesus. I wanted to tell you, you do know Jesus grew up, right?
Yeah. Oh, I
No.
absolutely.
Oh, you missed the joke. See, I
Oh.
can't get you because it ain't a black movie. It's Talladega Nights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, that's where I
Yes,
got
yes.
white baby Jesus from.
I know that's
Yeah.
why I said you do know Jesus grew up because
12
the
pounds,
granddad
4
said
ounces,
that.
8
Yeah,
pounds, 12 ounces. Yeah.
gold diaper. I know.
Right.
So, yeah, man. I mean, but go ahead. I'm joking, but I'm being serious. Like, talk about using baby white Jesus as a rod against whiteness.
Yeah. I don't know. I might be onto something. I might not. But Lee Atwater taught them how to what's the name of it?
Gaslight, coast.
Gaslight.
What you talking about? Dog whistle.
Dog whistle. Yeah, dog whistle. Right. He created the dog whistling of the Southern strategy that has held
People
us
of
back
color instead of black.
Yeah, for years.
Stop
So
saying
now
nigger and say color.
and the event that happened to allow so many Southern white people and so many white people across America to think of black people as these things that could be dog whistled about was the advantage of us leaving plantations and being free, right? Like ever since we walked around holding our head up high, like we walking around like we the white man. Ever since we did that,
I'm about to see you in a rage,
it's been
Marcus.
they've been able to gaslight us. Well,
Marcus,
my thing is
I need you to look
Right.
at what Brian said. Hold on, this is clickbaity, nigga. You don't get to be straight facts. Get this motherfucker.
this is not real. Your hopeless dimple is on fire again.
Get this motherfucker. Get him. Can I get him? Can I get him?
Okay.
Can I get him?
No,
for
I
you?
got him, man. He looked like Ice-T when he became a cop.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Hey, hold on.
Get him. Get him.
Yeah, looking like that black suit is ashy in this picture. How your suit ashy? Right?
Like, he got a shit stain for a goatee. Then he got a shit stain for a goatee. Look at this nigga looking like Charlie Wilson grandson. Fuck this nigga.
Looking like he eat goat coochie. Like, boy, you need to get out of here, man.
That motherfucker look like a suited shepherd. Motherfucker, get out of here. Hey, it's the morning trap, boy. Stop playing with us. That man said it made goat coochie.
So back.
Jesus Christ.
Is it like does it taste like goat cheese? Listen, anyway,
goat coochie. Goat coochie. Marcus, what is goat coochie?
Do I have to explain the birds and the bees to you by now?
No, man. But hey, I thought I'd be saying.
Or the goats and the horses? Do I need
Marcus, that is at the goat and the horses. Marcus, that was absolutely the best. That's the best roast I heard thus far.
Listen, back to our regular scheduled program. Now is the perfect time. Hey, now is the
Marcus, that was a lot, bro. I love it.
Oh Jesus Christ! You're killing me.
He came at me, man.
Hold on. D Will coming at me. They really want to get roasted in the morning. These people really want it. Look at this guy. Monday look like give him some jazz hand, Negroes. Okay, D Will, you look like
Fraggle Rock guy. This nigga like a Fraggle Rock.
My man said you like a Fraggle Rock.
Wait, stop before y'all start. Trap Squad. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all do this, and we're trying to actually get through our goddamn day. We actually want to get the news, but every single time y'all do this, like just wait, man. Like wait towards the end, so we can start. We can actually get through. People want to watch the news, man, because we're gonna get your ass.
Go ahead, Marcus. Give him the news. Give him the news. White baby Jesus. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's our
Dog
chance.
whistle.
It's our chance to actually create narratives. Fucking Mondale, man.
that ain't me. That's Ben. Go ahead. That's Ben. Go ahead.
Hey, hey,
Okay.
hey, this gives us it really gives us an opportunity to create something that we can utilize and weaponize for the rest of for the next 40 years ourselves, right? But we're not ruthless like Republicans for values that help us out. Why? Because there is a class issue within the Democratic Party, right? Where you have a whole bunch of like top tier, upper level, upper class Democrats who are in the same party as poor people, but who ideologically more agree with moderate Republicans than they do the poor people in their own country, on their own. But you know what Republicans have from upper class to lower class? Racism.
Ooh, wow, wow, wow.
There's no bonding factor for the Democratic Party. Rich white people in the Democratic Party want decent tax breaks and cops. Poor people want like life. You dig what I'm saying?
Period.
If you go to the opposite side of the house, Republicans they bond together over racism. The Mexicans and black people are going to take our job. They took our guns. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Goku, that's water, brother. So listen, no, Marcus, I think there's some truth to that, and I think what Marcus is talking about is figuring out how we unite our talking points, like the Republicans do. Republicans win at talking points when it comes. Conservatives win at talking points when you compare what the Democrats or liberals do. A great example: in the '60s, the Republicans started saying that they were pro-life. The damn liberal response to that was, "We're pro-choice." How the hell is pro-choice the counter to pro-life? The perfect reaction to we're pro-life is great. Let's end death penalty.
It would have been dead right there.
It would have been dead right there. The first time somebody said that silliness, they should have said, great, let's end the death penalty.
Instead, look what we doing, Mundell. We having to unravel all of these last 30, 40, 50 years of all the spin and all the mess, all the lies, all the posturing and women and the evangelicals getting involved in the right, all that shit to get back down to that essential question that you said at the beginning. If they had killed this thing in its inception, we wouldn't be dealing with it right now. But because they didn't understand language, they couldn't do it.
Let me tell you about the power of language. The idea that we need to all speak the main language, I should say, or the language of the oppressor in this country, it's true and real. And I'll talk about that in a second. But what happens, though, on the way of learning the oppressor's language, we forget ours. We forget ours. And when you forget your language, when you only speak the oppressor language, you also forget your suffering and how to articulate it, right? So, like, that's why I tell people there is no correct English for me. That's why I put S on spaghetti sometimes, because I come from a space. Not to be coy. I'm just saying, African American vernacular is a real thing, and it also is linked to a real suffering that I refuse to let go. I was on an interview. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, bro.
I would say, and it's better. See, this is we have to flip our thinking. The languages that we assimilate, and then our brains, like, we just come up with this stuff. It just comes out of us because we took the oppressor's language, we took the language of the oppressed, we took the language of a new generation, we mixed it all into one, and we have something new. AAVE is an evolving language, just like any other language, but to me, it's better. It's more efficient. We don't have all the wasted syllables that you guys use. But anyway.
Yeah. So, and what happens though is the reason we need to speak the oppressor's language is only to hold them accountable to what they say, so we can hear what they're saying in their speak. But our language allows us to say what's wrong and what's really going on. So let me give you an example of our language versus their language. We should always this is Pio Fieri and also Cornel West on our show the last time he was up here, or the 2 times ago when he was talking to us. We should always call ourselves oppressors or oppressed because it reminds us that we have an oppressor in America, right? We should also, because when we start talking about we're minority, marginalized, it applies to someone else or everybody in a certain sense. Everybody is not chronically oppressed. Black people are chronically oppressed in this country because there's a chronically oppressor, and that person is whiteness. That person is an institution, right? And if we're not speaking that language, if we're not talking about that hurt, if we're not linking poverty to our chronically oppression or our space of being chronically oppressed, then we're giving white people a pass. And I'm not talking about white people in general. I'm talking about whiteness. I'm talking about the whiteness that ran up in the seat of government because they lost an election. I'm talking about that type of whiteness, white terrorism. We need to always be critical of that. So shout out to language, Ben. Thank you for saying that.
Mondale, like, but why does it always have to be about race? Check this out, man. Check this out.
Because America made it so.
Right. I'm kind of petty right now, right? See, first off, a lot of folks who ran up in that Capitol are very knowledgeable and understand exactly what happened with slavery, right? Exactly. They understand. First off, the racist institution and institutional racism has a better understanding and memory of racism and of slavery than anybody else, including black people. They know exactly how they instituted it, right? They know how to press the buttons. They know that all they had to do was go to Jamestown and separate the blacks from the whites. Like, institutional racism is a created system. Now, follow what I'm saying to you. I'm petty. I think black people should start clutching their purse and walking across the street when they see white people. I think black folks should be like this when they're driving the car and just like hit that lock button.
Woo! Hey, wait a minute, Marcus. I got to interject. Can I interject? Bro, low key, you've just given us two of the most brilliant strategies that I've heard in, like, damn it, a lifetime. We must start dog whistling against these racists. Absolutely. And we must start locking our doors when they come by, because these are the type of people that'll run up in your Capitol and burn your shit down.
I mean, if I see a random white girl in the airport, and I keep telling y'all, these white children in the airport, they keep trying to walk faster than you, right? Like I don't know what it is about some of these, and yes, this might be a little racial, but just follow me for a second. If I see you coming with your Gucci boots and your Louis bag and you're walking 100 miles per hour towards me, I'm going to grab my wallet and I'm going to take 5 steps.
Come on, man. They the type of people, bro. They the type of people who hear something and go looking in the woods for it. You should not want to go every time in the movie something go bump in the night. White folks go chase after it. You do not want to be around those kind of.
Come on, man. Listen, man. Listen, hold on.
D. Will said he already do that. He said he already do that. You could tell he always running because he got sideburn on the bottom of his beard. Go ahead, Marcus. That's from earlier, D. Will.
The Oklahoma City bomber, right? What the FBI reports, Dylan Roof. Man, whenever y'all do major damage, it's the white people that do major damage. We aren't doing that, right? Like, you don't. The myth of this violent black uprising is so false. And don't get me wrong, y'all can push us to a place where that could happen, but we ain't there yet. Because now we're watching y'all like, God damn, y'all are idiots. So you know what? If I see a white man in khakis, that's a lot of white men. Hey, listen, you can't come on this elevator with me. Number one, Marcus, COVID. Number two, you might try to mace me,
Marcus,
or you might try
Marcus
to
and Ben, Marcus and Ben. Dare I say this? And I do this running the risk of being wrong, and you know how the nerd in me feels about that. I would say one white man. I can name 3 white men right now. 3 white men right now that are living that stole more than all black people have ever stolen in the history of people.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bernie Madoff, that bastard from Facebook, and one of them dead. I was gonna say, what's your boy name from Apple?
Steve Jobs.
Steve dead Jobs. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Those 3 white men stole more than black people combined forever. And yet nobody feels uncomfortable around nerd white guys with glasses.
Yeah, bro. And this is why I don't feel bad when the people's tax is extracted from these grocery stores and Best Buy and Walmart. When the people have had enough and they start looting, that's the people's tax, because the real looters are on Wall Street.
But you have a bunch of people who just ran up into the Capitol who were spout talking points about how when a building burns in the black neighborhood, how come the Democratic mayors don't stop this? Well, you know what? They've got problems, but guess what? Y'all are not only robbing the masses, y'all are actually mad about it and go up into Congress because y'all have lost using that same tactic, right? It's like, yeah, we could keep robbing the American people and nobody will see it. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and fund some of the crazy white folks to make sure that our narrative about small business and business owners get out there, right? Man, listen, there was doctors. Like, here's the crazy part about it, guys. There was doctors and lawyers and police officers from all across the country that went into the Capitol, and these people see black women, right? These people represent black people. Did I get cut off?
Keep going, bro.
Oh, I'm back. Okay, yeah. These people represent black people in court. Right.
Look at me. Yo, you frozen too. That's funny as hell.
Right. So these are the folks that are getting represented, man. And they go back and they take their viewpoints and they definitely enact them in their jobs all across the nation. So, you know, we're going to have to figure out, like, so if you don't believe institutional racism is real, if you don't believe that racism in Medicare is real, if you, and medicine is real, if you don't believe that racism in policing and across America is real, think about the people who stormed the Capitol. They were doctors, lawyers, and police.
That's real. Hey, y'all, we wanted to join y'all this morning to make sure that you had a tease of what you're going to get this evening. For the morning. So this is just a morning. This is a morning trap. Remember, Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap is an evening show. Now we will have Hennessy, coffee, water, energy drinks, Marcus, Ben, and my black ass. If you are watching right now and you are on YouTube, subscribe. If you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe to Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. We are the evening show right now, y'all. We are back. I just wanted to stop in and say good morning. We miss y'all. And Ben, Marcus, y'all close them out.
I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. And with that being said, man, we're trying to get to 1,000. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before noon today. We're at 766, 767, whatever. Like, y'all help us out. Go to your social media accounts, share our page, share what we're doing for Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Share the YouTube page specifically, and let's rock and roll. We'll see you tonight.
Shining, 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 y'all.
Play the video, man.